Shalom Israel, Shalom, Shalom. Brother Naquam, watchman for Israel, coming back at you with these precepts and another cold cut, given, of course, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashima Mashiach, wa Malaki Bashai. Double honors to the elect elders of the house of David that's been in this truth for decades and decades, patiently waiting and laboring for the second coming of our Lord Yahushai. A hearty, mighty Shalom to all of the mighty men of the Most High God who are out there on the highways and byways, pushing this truth, magnifying the ministry, presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice, and enduring all things for the elect's sake. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to all of the men that may not be out there in the highways and byways as of yet, but they're working on it. They're getting built up in the spirit. They're praying, they're fasting, they're studying, they're being diligent, and they're abounding in the work of the Lord. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to all of the Akwath out there, the sincere sisters that are out there on fire, zealous and diligent, and moving in the spirit of our righteous foremothers. Shalom to the ancient men. Shalom to the children. Shalom to the elect of Israel scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. And shalom to everybody tuning in live on another mighty new moon. Call on Yahweh, Bahashima Mashiach, Malaki Bashai. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh, Bahashima Mashiach, Malaki Bashai. For another new moon, we're entering into the third month, a day of renewal, transitioning from darkness into light, and building ourselves up to perfection as it is written, right? Shalom to Tapua, Don Israel to me, Kyoko Ban Yumyan, Yazian David, Yehuda Israel, Akaman Ban Yasha'ala, Brother Belief, Shalom King, Tanika Edwards, Elijah Jones, Shalom Williams, Vernon Brody, Nigel Blends, Divinely Fashioned, Praise Yahweh, Yvette McKellar, Benjamin Youngwolf, Shalom King, Azagat Sauce, Server 144K, Yakar Ibad, HBK Ent, and everybody else again tuning in and that will tune in, Lord willing. New moon lesson, demonology, high-level demons, right? This is really touching on high-level demons and low-level demons and breaking down the concept of demonology and what that means and how these spirits impact man and what their purpose is and why they were created by Yahweh, by Shema Mashiach, like Bashad. First and foremost, let's go to the book of Revelation, the fourth chapter, right? We're going to go into demons, the hierarchy of demons. We're going to touch on these different higher level powers, principalities, lower level demons. Where do demons come from, right? How to expel demons, exorcisms, how to recognize and discern a demon. We're going to go through that through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Shema Mashiach wa Malaki Bashad, right? Let's kick it off. Salaki with Revelation chapter 4 and 11. Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created. So no matter what you see or can't see, right? What you feel, smell, touch, taste, see, all things and inside and outside, within and without, visible and invisible, have been created by Yahweh, by Shmi Awashad. They were created for the Heavenly Father's pleasure. The blueprint and the creation of all spirits that operate in the land of the living and in the celestial realm have been created for the pleasure of the Heavenly Father as ministers. So all of the angels, whether you're a righteous angel or a wicked angel. Now, you don't really see the word demon in the Bible, right? But you hear evil spirits, evil angels, right? Those things are mentioned in the Bible. So all of these spirits have been created by the Most High. This is where they come from, right? Let's go to Colossians chapter 1. Demons don't just appear out of nowhere. Demons don't just come from a movie that you watched or some concept that you may have inherited from the vanity of the world. Understanding Yahweh Bashmi Abashah's understanding that these spirits have been created by the Most High, right? And we're going to go into what their purpose is. Colossians chapter 1 and verse number 13. Who hath delivered us from the power of darkness and hath translated us unto the kingdom of his dear Son. So the Heavenly Father delivered us from the world. That's the power of darkness. And translated us into the kingdom of his only begotten Son, Yahushua, in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins, who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature. Why? Because Yahweh Shah is the first being created. He's the firstborn of all of the creation. Here's the point. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. So no matter what is in the earth or in the heavens, it has been created by Yahweh using his only begotten son Yahweh Shai to initiate and complete the creation. All things, whether they're visible, mountains, creeping things, birds, trees, fruit, men, these things are visible, clouds and the celestial lights that you see in the day and in the night. Invisible things, the wind, right? The elements, the matter that you read about in Wisdom of Solomon that the Lord hath made, right? Angels, demons. These are invisible things. You can't see them, but they different realms of light and spectrums, right? Aromas and scents and voices and the image of the voice and these things, what they call sound waves and things that the naked eye can't comprehend, they have been created by Yahweh, Bashmi Yahushua, right? It says, whether they be thrones. Thrones are the succession of kingdoms and powers that the Most High has set up at a particular time, right? And you have heavenly thrones. You have the 420 elders. That was created by Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua and the seats that they sit on, right? Yahweh Shai, who sits on the right hand of the Most High, that was created by Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua, right? So all thrones, whether they're heavenly thrones or terrestrial thrones, they've been created by the Most High. Dominions, right? Dominions are rulerships, whether they're in the land or whether they're over particular spiritual realms that the Heavenly Father has made. Principalities. A principality is a state or a region that is ruled by a prince. So the Heavenly Father has earthly principalities that are operated by the elites, what you call the Illuminati, what you call the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. You have lower level principalities like presidents, governors. You have lesser principalities, mayors. A mayor, he owns a principality, but it's within the boundaries of a city, right? City limits. When you go and you're driving to DC or New York or LA, they'll tell you're entering into city limits. Once you cross that boundary line, you have entered into the principality, a terrestrial principality occupied by the mayor of that city. But there are levels of principalities on the earth, and there are levels of principalities in the heavens. It says, or powers. Powers are particular strengths that the Heavenly Father has set up. Creatures that have been given strength by the Most High, right? So those are powers. You have earthly powers. Like I gave, earthly powers are men, right? Such as, your sheriff of your local police department. He's a power. He's a low-level power. Then you have high-level powers, the powers that be, these elite bankers. Then you have heavenly powers like Michael the Archangel. He's a power. You have low-level powers like lower-level demons. All things were created by him and for him. Let's go to the book of 2 Chronicles. I had a few precepts we're going to touch on. So now we're understanding that all these demons, thrones, principalities, and powers, they've been created by the Most High, right? Through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai. Right? 2 Chronicles chapter 18 and verse number 18. Now, all demons, they come from the third heaven. They dwell, there's no number on how many demons there are, right? There's no number. Now, a demon is really an evil angel. You have righteous angels and you have evil angels. Again, when you type in, before I go to this, right? You type in the word demon. It's not going to pop up, right? So the etymology of the word demon, let's actually touch on the etymology, meaning the origin of that word. Before we go to 2 Chronicles 18, let's show you where the word demon comes from and what demonology is, right? So ology meaning the study of, right? Like biology, the study of life, geology, the study of the earth. You have demonology, the study of demons, where they come from, what their powers are, these things. And it doesn't, this isn't a lesson for to tap into the left hand side. We're just giving an understanding of what the Most High does and how we have to combat these demons. That is the purpose of this lesson, how to combat these demons and understand how they impact you as you walk in this truth. So here's the etymology of the word demon, the origin of the word, right? An evil spirit, malignant, supernatural being, an incubus, a devil. From the Latin daimon, it means spirit. From Greek daimon, deity, divine power, lesser god, guiding spirit, tutelary deity, sometimes including souls of the dead, one's genius, lot, or fortune, right? From daimon, divider, provider to divide. So really, they have this somewhat correct, right? When they went into it, they say deity, because a deity is really a god. So you have God, which is Yahweh, Ba'ashmi Shai, the Most High God, and you have lower level gods, right? The lower level gods or the lower level powers are the angels. Again, when you go to Genesis, the first chapter, right? The word for God is Elohim, right? Which means the powers. Genesis 1 and 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Now we know that Yahweh has complete control and autonomy and authority in all things. But this word God is, you hear people say Elohim, right? But it's really Elohim, right? This is the La, Ha, Ya, and the Ma, right? You read it from right to left. So this is Elohim in the Hebrew. Allah, this right here, the and the La, this is the Assyrian script. It means God, right? And then you have Yum, which makes it plural. So Allah, right? The Allah and the Ha. And then you have Yum, which makes it plural, meaning more than one God, right? So you have lesser gods. I'll put it like that. You have lesser gods. On the right hand side, righteous angels like Gabriel, Uriel, Michael, Raphael, and other angels, your angel that protects you, what scholars or men call your guardian angel. Those are powers or Elohim on the right hand side. And you have Elohim and powers on the left hand side. You have Satan, you have Asmodeus, you have higher level principalities, lower level demons, and unclean spirits. These things are Elohim on the left hand side. When I say the left hand side, it means the evil side of the creation that the Heavenly Father has made. There's a just balance with the Most High, with the spirits that He has made. You have spirits on the right hand side, which are your righteous angels and righteous spirits. And you have spirits on the left hand side, which are your evil spirits. Now, the word Elohim, it says what? Plural, so it's more than one. Rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods, right? So you have lesser gods on the left-hand side. Hence the etymology of the word demon. It says divine power or lesser god. So a demon, it has power, but the power that the demon had, that this angel, it's really an angel, but we'll call it a demon for the sake of the lesson. This spirit, this demon has been given power by the Most High, right? And they have many different purposes to impact man, to manipulate the elements, right? They can put a particular influence on you and influence your behavior and your thought process. They can reveal things unto you. There's a lot. They can give men particular powers, right? So there are demons on the left-hand side, lesser gods, guiding spirits, because they manipulate your behavior. You have anger demons, you have wrath demons, you have guiding depression demons that guide people and lead people to harm their bodies, you know, that drive people into graveyards and commit wickedness and murder. So these are different spirits, right? These are different spirits that the Most High has made. Now let's see that. Let's see these powers in Second Chronicles, right? We pull this precept out all the time. Second Chronicles, the 18th chapter, and I'm gonna read verse number 18, right? This is what Ahab, Micaiah, and Jehoshaphat are dealing with. This is this council, right, before the war at Ramoth Gilead. Second Chronicles chapter 18 and verse number 18. And he said, therefore hear the word of Yahweh. I saw Yahweh sitting upon his throne, and all the host of heaven standing on his right hand and on his left. So a host is an army, right? So these angels on the left-hand side, these demons, are also part of the army of the Heavenly Father. They are his soldiers. He has captains. He has rank. You have rank in the earth, and you have rank in the heavens, right? This word host, like we always say, it doesn't mean a host of the Grammys or who's hosting the Academy Awards or who's hosting a dinner party. A host is an archaic term for an army. See if they actually have that actual definition, if they tap into that, right? Let's see, host. They might not even have that. Let's see. Let's see. All right, see, they don't have the archaic definition, right? Now, it's really an army, right? Like they say right here, a large number of people or things, right? It says a multitude, a heap, a mass, a throng, a gathering, a collection, a legion, right? It's really an army, right? And here it is. See that? From an archaic, meaning the older, because words evolve, right? Different words don't mean what they meant back then. You know, gay used to mean happy. Now it means you're a sodomite. Nice used to mean you're frivolous and off, but now it means you're kind. So words evolve as man changes. So archaic words or archaic definition are the older definition of a word prior to it being changed throughout the time. So here it is, an army, right? Another term for heavenly hosts. So you have heavenly armies. So all angels, no matter what you're doing, whether you're good or bad, righteous or wicked, you belong to the host and the army of the Most High. So when these demons are sent in the earth, they are sent in a military operation. Anytime a demon is on the earth and they dwell amongst men in the land of the living, it is a military operation. They're on a particular mission. This is that's why we call it, or the Most High calls it, spiritual warfare. Right? And brothers have to understand that these are soldiers, lieutenants and captains, generals on the left-hand side of the Heavenly Father's host that are sent down to wage war, not against your body. They don't care about your muscles. They don't care about your skeletal system and how many weights you could curl and bench press. They are sent to wage war against the spirit that's inside of you. That spirit inside of you is waging war against that demon, but that spirit inside of you is suppressed by this flesh. So it's always a difficult encounter. And that's what the Most High has given you support. And he has supported your spirit with another spirit, which is an angel that encamps around you to help your spirit fight through this oppression, which is the flesh. Now, let's read this again. Second Chronicles 18 and 18. And he said, therefore, hear the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting upon his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing at his right hand and on his left. So the left represents the wicked side, the evil side. Let's open up another blue letter. Right? And let's prove that. Right? Let's prove that. Let's go to Job 23, the left side. This is Job chapter 23 and verse number 8. Behold, I go forward, but he is not there, and backward, but I cannot perceive him. Why? Because the Most High is in the heavens, right? You can't perceive the Most High. He's the Most High. Verse number 9. On the left hand, where he doth work, but I cannot behold him. He hideth himself on the right hand, that I cannot see him. So the Most High, he works on the left hand. The left hand meaning he works with demons. The Most High creates evil. He said, I create the evil and the good. I, the Lord, do all these things. So the left hand is all of the evil that the Most High makes. And Christians, man, they don't understand that. See, when you're in the world, you're taught of monsters. You're taught of all of these Jason and Freddy and, things under your bed and a succubus and all of these terms and words they throw out there, man. Christians don't understand. They think it's just Satan. There are more evil angels than Satan. Satan is just one of the top angels on the left-hand side. He's like a general, He's one of the highest ranking spirits ever that the Most High has created, good or bad, But even Satan has to report and check in. So there are other angels on the left-hand side where the Most High works. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 10, right? And verse number 2. Because you always hear brothers, we always say on the left hand, right? Or, you're working with that on the left-hand side of things. The left hand is the evil side. Ecclesiastes 10 and 2. A wise man's heart is at his right hand, but a fool's heart is at his left. Right, because a wise man, his mind, he's going to do righteous things. He's going to build his nation. He's going to serve Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. He's going to cast off all wickedness, and he's going to move with integrity. A fool, he's going to move on the left-hand side. He's going to commit adultery. He's going to be a thief. He's going to be a murderer, and he's going to commit absolute folly in the earth. Let's go to the etymology of the word left. I believe I want sinister, right? Let's pull that up. I believe it's sinister. Or is it left? Let's do left. I believe it's left. Right? Here it is. So here's the etymology of the word left, right? Opposite of right. It means weak, foolish, lameness, or paralysis. Weak or worthless, right? It reads twisted or crooked. From the Old English, winstra, literally friendlier, it reads a euphemism used superstitiously to avoid invoking the unlucky forces, which are demons, connected with the left side. So even ancient nations and people that dealt with Wicca and warlocks and people, all of these people, they know about the left-hand side. All of the wise men, all of these wicked priests, they know about the left-hand side. Invoking unlucky forces, meaning conjuring up demons connected with the left side. And there are men that are indeed connected, and there are women that are connected with the left-hand side. And you got to avoid those people, man. They're literally connected. They're in tune. You got people that can control a demon. And we're going to touch on that. You got people that can put a demon on you. You got people that know demons by name, So you got to be aware of people that are connected with the left side, right? And everybody connect. I'm going to say this. Salakia. Everybody connected with the left-hand side don't have a witch hat on. They don't walk around with a crystal ball. Everybody connected with the left-hand side doesn't carry a wand, right? And do spells. Your church pastor, he's connected with the left-hand side. These people who call themselves watch these church videos of these people catching the Holy Spirit, speaking in tongues. They are connected with the left-hand side, but they're on the lower level. They're operating on a lower vibration, for lack of better terms. I hate to use that word, vibration or frequency or spirit. They're operating on a lower level. But there are levels to the left-hand side, right? So the word also means sinister. right? It literally means sinister. So you got to be aware of the left-hand side. So here's the word sinister. It means to the left. False, dishonest, intending to mislead. From the old French sinistre, meaning contrary, false, unfavorable to the left. That's why if you were left-handed in certain cultures, they'll kill you, man. You know, if you run with your left hand and they'll burn you, they'll at the stake, they'll throw you in the water, see if you could swim. If you could swim, you was a witch, you was a warlock. So if you was left-handed, man, these people they ain't treat you too good. You know, a lot of Benjamites are left-handed, right? You read that in the book of Judges, so forth and so on. So the point is, these spirits on the left-hand side of the Most High. Second, now if you're left-handed, does that mean you're wicked? No, right? Doesn't mean you're wicked. Gotta claim. Well, am I going to make it, brother? Not Kwam. Oh, guys, I watched the lesson. Am I going to make it? Right, brother? You can still make it if you left-handed. All right, don't worry. Second Chronicles and sisters. What about the sisters? Even you sisters that are left-handed, you can also make it. Right, Most High will. Right, Second Chronicles 18 and 19. And the Lord said, "Who shall entice Ahab, king of Israel, that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead?" And one spake, saying after this manner, and another saying after that manner. So all these spirits came up and they gave ideas and they pitched ideas on how can they kill Ahab, right? What way can they come up with a plan to kill Ahab? Then there came out a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, "I will entice him." And the Lord said unto him, "Wherewith?" So this demon came out and said, "I know how we can kill this man." Now, this is in the heavens. This isn't your granny's Christian verse or Bible. Here it is, God. Go tell your granny and your pastor, God had a plan, and he had a think tank in the heavens, and he talked with demons, and demons talked to God, and God gave demons the authority to kill a man. And they'll bug out. My God wouldn't do that. Turn and look at like Florida from Good Times. She'll turn and look at that white Jesus. My granny got a white Jesus to this day, right? As soon as you leave the door, you go out, you come in, it's white Jesus. So they'll look at that and say, "Not my Jesus." Well, yes, God talks to demons, and he has counsels with demons. And these demons give ideas to the Most High. Not that the Most High needs these ideas, but this is written for your learning. He's the one that gave these, put it in their spirit to have this power. But these demons, they bring ideas up to the Most High, how they could kill man. And the Most High, he's cool with that, right? Verse number 21. And he said, "I will go out." Here's what the demon said. "I'm going to go out and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And the Lord said, thou shalt entice him, and thou shalt also prevail. Go out and do even so." So this demon left. He said, "I will go out." Meaning go out from where? From the heavenly realm, from the heavenly dimension, from the third heaven. And no, demons don't need a Uber, right, to get to the earth. They don't take a lift. They don't get their license. And they got to do their written test, and they got to, what does this mean? There's a stop sign. Well, you got to pay $50 for the fee. Then, you got to do a driver course when you're 16. Then the mother angel and the father angel got to take them to the DMV. Then you got to go there. You got to wait in line. And you got to start from scratch. Then he got to walk up and he got to take a picture. Then the demon, he gets his car up. But then the other angel says you need insurance, or the police off. It doesn't work like that. These angels, they don't, to go out and to come in, they go through portals. They go through gates, right? Through different doors that are set up in the heavens that the Most High created. And they leave the third heaven and they come on the earth and they work on the mission, the military mission that the Most High sent them. Now, this demon was created to wage war against Ahab's spirit and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. So all of his false prophets, they were all enticing Ahab to go to war so he could die, right? So he could get destroyed. And the Lord didn't rebuke him. The Lord said, that's a good idea. Go make that happen. Verse number 22. Now, therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of these thy prophets, and the Lord hath spoken evil concerning thee. Right? So these demons, the Most High is cool with that, man. Right? He's cool with these demons doing his bidding. And they're in the third heaven. And this happens every day. Like I always say, this account in 2 Chronicles 18 about these angels giving ideas to the Most High how to kill man, this happens every day. Stop thinking this is just, 3,000 years ago or so. This is every day. Every day this is happening. When you fall victim to a slothful spirit, when you fall victim to a drunkard spirit, when you fall victim to a wrath spirit, and those demons are on you, those demons don't come on you unless the Most High sanctions it. And you got to know that the Most High has given the authority to demons to operate on this earthly realm. And any given second, they can wage war against your spirit. And if you're not armed, you're going to get defeated in that battle. And if you lose that too many battles, you lose the war and you get sifted out the truth. That happens every time. Everybody knows that, right? Let's go to Psalm 78 and 45, right? This is Psalms chapter 78. I'm going to actually start at 43, right? Going into the plagues of Egypt. Psalm 78 and 43. How he had wrought his signs in Egypt and his wonders in the field of Zoan, and had turned their rivers into blood and their floods that they could not drink. Remember, this is an account of the plagues. Remember, the Most High turned all of the water in Egypt to blood, right? They couldn't drink. They had to dig and, make stuff happen. Verse number 45. He sent diverse sorts of flies among them, which devoured them, and frogs, which destroyed them. So flies, and it wasn't just one kind of fly. It says diverse sorts of flies. So this could have been horse flies that bite you, mosquitoes. You have bot flies. Bot fly, it'll bite you and it'll lay an egg inside of you. And then that fly, that worm will come up out your skin. So stop thinking that these were just regular flies that you see, in an alley somewhere. These were diverse sorts of flies. And remember, flies and things were bigger back then. So these wasn't flies these were flies probably like the size of a golf ball. You got really, understand what was going on right here. So these frogs, they, got poisonous frogs. You got frogs that give you warts, frogs that could kill you, blue frogs and yellow frogs and hop on your neck and they land in your mouth. They secrete. Damn, a frog will hop in your mouth and secrete poison on your tongue and kill you, man. Eyes get all big, your body gets stuck, then a fly come and bite you. Hey, this was hell, man. Hey, they was catching hell. These plagues were wonderful. And we're going to show, where these plagues came from. Verse number 46. He gave also their increase unto the caterpillar and their labor unto the locust. So you had the caterpillar out there, man. You had the locust out there. He destroyed their vines with hail and their sycamore trees with frost. So you had frost that killed off the leaves and the fruit and froze everything. Then a fire came down and burned everything. The Most High was getting down. He gave up their cattle also into the hail and their flocks to hot thunderbolts. So you had big hailstones. And they had to have been the size of like a SUV, like a small, or maybe a compact car, the size of like them smart cars. That's what those hails was coming down to kill all them cattle, man, and break those buildings. That hail had to be like the size of a smart car. And the Lord was sending lightning strikes, and he was zapping people too. Stop reading the 10 plagues like it was just nothing. You had lightning bolts, you had flies, you had poisonous frogs, you had hailstones the size of cars, you had frost that was below freezing out there at times. You're shivering, you're getting hypothermia, then fire come down and hit you in the back of the head, man. Then a fly bite you, you trip on a pile of frogs. You go to get something to drink, but there's blood everywhere. These are the plagues. Verse number 49. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation and trouble by sending evil angels among them. So all of the plagues of Egypt, every single one was influenced and sourced and rooted in evil angels. Because evil angels, they're the ones that cause the thunderbolts. They're the ones that manipulate the elements. Angels can manipulate the elements. They have power over the earth. Angels have power over the waters. That's in Revelation, the 16th chapter, verse 5. And you have angel that has power over fire. That's Revelation chapter 14, 18 on down. So you have these angels that were controlling all of the elements. So anytime, another thing about demons is that anytime there's a hurricane, anytime there's a tsunami, an earthquake, anytime that there is a what's another one? A blizzard, an avalanche, a mudslide, a fissure. You have some of these fissures that just open up in the earth, right? Or what they call it, a sinkhole. You know, you have people that just walk or they drive and the earth just open up. Stop listening to the so-called white man. If he tries to break it down, he's going to try to get scientific, but he will never try to get spiritual. He's going to say, well, the tectonic plate shifted and, there was a fault line here and, they forgot to, get this pipe to connect it. So the bridge broke. These things, everything is operated by angels. They operate everything. Even natural disasters, man. And we're reading about that. These plagues were sent by evil angels. And then the ultimate spirit, the destroyer, came down, which is Yahweh Shai. Let's go to Psalms chapter 1. Actually, let's go to Sirach, right? We bring this out all the time as well. Sirach 39, right? Ecclesiasticus 39. And why are they coming down to cause these things for judgment, right? Oftentimes, one of the purposes of angels is to judge you. These demons are they're sent on you to judge you. Also, demons are sent to tempt you. Demons are sent to possess you, meaning take control over you, right? They tap deep into your spirit and they manipulate your spirit. Demons are sent on other people to test you. And demons are stronger depending on who you deal with and what you deal with, right? This is Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So you have demons that are created for payback, right? And once they complete their job, the Most High's wrath is appeased. Fire and hell, famine and death, all of these were created for vengeance. Wildfires, nuclear fires, hailstones, starvation, deprivation of crops, right? No water, a dearth in the land, death, murder, suicide, homicide, regicide. All these things are operated by angels. Teeth of wild beasts, people getting attacked by crocodiles, swallowed alive by snakes, death in the waters by sharks, mauled to death by a tiger and a lion. You got people that go to zoos, man, they fall over the cage to get eaten alive, man, by a leopard. And the Most High did that, man. Scorpions, serpents, and a sword punishing the wicked to destruction. So certain demons, there's nothing you can do about it. Certain demons come 1,000 miles per hour and they judge you, man. And the Most High has strengthened them because they're stronger than man. Let me get that in Psalms chapter 103. He has enhanced their strength. So there are certain demons you can see on people, you can see coming. And then there are other things with the Most High. he blinds you from these demons, and they just have their way with you, you know, for chastisement. The Most High put a demon on you to chastise you, man. You know, the Lord sent the demon on Paul, and Paul prayed 3 times for that demon to leave him. And the Lord told him, no, you got to deal with it. You in this truth, and that's enough. So sometimes the Most High put a demon on you to affect your health, to chastise you, man, to see if you're going to endure. He'll put a demon on you to humble you. There are many ways on why the Most High will send a demon, or he could send a demon on you to punish you for your sins. He'll put a demon on somebody and get them out the spirit to test you to see if you won't stay in the spirit. So all these things happen all the time. This happens every day in the land of the living. Let's go to Psalms chapter 103 and 20, right? I'm going to start at 19. Psalms chapter 103 and 19. Yahweh Bashmi Awashai hath prepared his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom ruleth over all. So his kingdom is over all of the earthly kingdoms and over every principality. Bless the Lord, yea, his angels, that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his word. Bless ye the Lord, all ye his host, ye ministers of his, that do his pleasure. So the angels, we read in Revelation, the 4th chapter, they're created for his pleasure, and they do his pleasure. And they also what? They excel in strength. They're stronger than man, right? They have more intelligence than man. They're stronger intellectually. Demons know you, but you don't know the demon. Remember the demon, I'm going to get it most high willing in Acts 19. The demon told Paul, I know. Yahweh Shai, I know, but who are ye? So they have a higher level of intelligence. And they're physically stronger, seeing that they can manipulate. They've been given authority to manipulate the elements. They've been given authority to invade you. So they're stronger than man. But the Most High has made particular demons to be discerned by man. Those are lower level demons. There are lower level demons. Yeah, they're strong. But if you are in the spirit of the Most High, then you can discern that demon. And you can actually go to war with that demon and defeat that demon. But you can only defeat that demon if you're supported by Yahweh Bashmi Awashah, because he gives you the strength to beat that demon. Right? And brothers, if you're in this truth, you've beat many demons before, but you may not know it. You beat that weed demon, multi-willing, and you beat that cigarette demon. You probably beat that pornography demon. You've conquered and beat up that, maybe you had a depression demon, right? You beat up that fornication demon, that Sabbath breaking demon. There are many demons that you have conquered, and they're on your hit list. And a lot of these demons, they fear you, man. Stop thinking that these demons they don't know who you are. They know who you are. And them lower level demons, they're not coming back. That weed demon might not come back to you because he knows that there's nothing he can do about it. And he can't tempt you with that because you have increased in strength. Right? You have increased in strength, man. So let's go back to this. I believe I was in Ecclesiasticus, right? Chapter 39 and 31. It reads, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth where need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. So all of the demons, they rejoice when they're given a green light to do the will of the Most High, right? And a demon doesn't sin. It says they shall not transgress his word, right? So they don't go off. They've never rebelled against the Most High. Contrary to Christianity and their dogma, there has never been a war in the third heaven where Satan rebelled and took 1/3 of the angels with him. It's never happened. There's no precept on that. And the precepts they do use, they have absolutely no understanding. Every demon trembles at the Most High God. Let's get that in James, the 2nd chapter, right? The Lord said, thou believest that there is one God, thou doest well, right? James chapter 2 and 19. Thou believest that there is one God. Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. So James knew that every demon that you fear, they fear the Most High, which shows that you fear the Most High. I don't fear a demon, fear the Most High. You scared of a demon for, man? Oh my God, it's a demon. Hey, look, man. Fear the Most High. He created the demon and gave you strength to defeat that demon. And a lot of you brothers, man, you let these demons have their way with you. You're completely unequipped for war. You don't know what weapons to use. You have no spiritual armor on, and you're completely susceptible and open to any demon. You can't just be so easily conquered. Stop being a doormat for these demons, man. Every situation gets you out the spirit. Every little thing just bothers you, and you're all manipulated like a puppet. Be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might, man, and be able to discern and have a spiritual mind on what's really happening. Because you're not battling man and flesh and blood. You have to have a mind that understands that all things are spiritual. And the sooner you think like that, the better off you'll be in this truth. The minute that you forget that all things are spiritual is when you do things that are not spiritual. And we all fall victim to the flesh. I go off, you go off, and these demons, they can take hold on us. But we have to always have that spiritual mindset. So these devils, they believe in the Most High, man. They can't rebel because they tremble. Let's get that in 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter. Right? Let's get that in 2nd Ezra 8. So come out of that Christianity doctrine where they're teaching that Satan, they go to Revelation, the 12th chapter, the third part of the stars, and they go to Isaiah, the 14th chapter, or Lucifer. They have no understanding. They go to Ezekiel 28. He was playing the organ. Never played the organ, right? Never happened. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, and verse number 21. Here's the precept. Whose throne is inestimable, whose glory may not be comprehended, before whom the host of heaven stand with trembling. So now this covers all of the host of angels, or the host of angels stand with trembling. So all of the hosts on the right-hand side and on the left-hand side, they're trembling before the Most High. They're trembling, literally trembling before the throne of the Most High, right? To tremble means to be in fear, right? To be in fear. Shaking, here's the definition. Shaking or quivering, typically as a result of anxiety, excitement, or frailty, right? See that? So these demons are trembling for the throne of the Most High, man. That's how mighty the Most High is. So don't fear the demon, fear the Most High who created the demon, and you will fare well in the land of the living, right? So again, we showed you how these spirits, they manipulate the elements, right? So think about that next time you see a thunderstorm, you get caught up in an earthquake, fear the Most High, man, right? This is Psalms chapter 148 and 8. Fire and hail, snow and vapor, stormy winds, fulfilling his word. Does wind have a mind of its own? No. Does snow have a mind of its own? No. We read in Sirach 39 that fire and hail, these are actual angels that operate these spirits. That's what it means. They're fulfilling his word. The spirits that control the elements, they fulfill his word. So demons have been given this spirit, right, to have sovereignty over particular elements, right? And the Most High has divvied out their responsibilities, right? For every spirit, he's divvied it out. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 18, right? Let's get some more on these demons. This is Deuteronomy chapter 18 and verse number 9, right? Deuteronomy 18 and 9. When thou art coming to the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations, meaning the Canaanites. Don't learn their ways. Verse number 10. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord. And because of these abominations, Yahweh, Bahashmi Abashai, thy God, doth drive them out from before thee. Thou shalt be perfect with the Lord thy God. So being perfect with the Most High is understanding, and verse number 11 is that you cannot, and I want to touch on this part, you cannot be a consulter with familiar spirits. So you have demons, you have these spirits on the left-hand side, and then you have men that are consulters, right? What is a consulter? A consulter is someone that gives counsel or they seek advice. They give counsel and they seek advice, right? Let's pull up a consulter. We're getting these definitions today, right? It says, what is this, man? Right? Consulter. To consult, right? Meaning you give advice. You can get advice. You can give advice. Right? They're giving all these wild, just give the straight definition. All right, let's just do consult definition. Right? Okay, here it is. So they tried to give me the runaround, right? Seek information or advice from. Now, check this out. Someone with expertise in a particular area. And they gave a good example. You should consult a financial advisor, right? If you want to, get into business, you even taxes, right? People want to, set up an enterprise or an endeavor, or they want to invest in this company or get with stocks. They consult with a financial advisor. An advisor, ad meaning to, advise meaning to see. So they see to your benefit about all of your finances. They consult with these things, these men. And these men give them ideas. You also have men that do that with demons. They don't consult with financial advisors. They consult with familiar spirits. So there are actual men and women, don't leave the women out. There are actual men and women that can seek advice and get information from a particular demon. Right? And this is real. This is the real deal. And often these spirits require a particular sacrifice. If you want to conjure or deal with their power or deal with their advice or get their information, you have to perform a particular sacrifice. You have to suffer a little bit. Just like brothers, if you want to really get advice and get counsel from the Most High, you might want to go on a fast. And in the ancient world, they offered bullocks. They besought the Most High. They did these sacrifices. They might have laid down on the ground, put earth and ashes on them, and then once they humbled themselves, the power on the right hand side dealt with them and blessed them and rewarded them after it saw their sacrifice. See, there's a just balance in a heavenly realm. These demons, it's the same thing. These demons require you to do things. Rather, you got to cut yourself. And when you read First Kings, let me get this, man. These men, they had to mar the image of God. These demons said, if you want to conjure me up, you better mar and destroy the likeness and image of God. Let's get that in First Kings, right? This is First Kings, chapter 18 and verse 27. This is the battle, if you will, the spiritual battle between Elijah and the false prophets, right? Elijah said, the God that answered by fire, let him be the Most High, right? So this is a beautiful chapter right here, man. But let's see, Elijah, he started mocking these false prophets. Here's what happened. First Kings 18 and 27, and he mocked them because he can. And he mocked them because they were false prophets. And they have no God. First Kings 18 and 27. And it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them and said, cry aloud, for he is a God. Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey, or peradventure he sleepeth and must be awake. So he talking his talk, man. And they cried aloud and cut themselves after their manner with knives and lances till the blood gushed out upon them. And why did they do this, man? Because this is their manner. It's their custom. When you're dealing with demons and these false deities, they require a sacrifice. You don't just have to cry aloud to the Most High on the right-hand side. These demons want you to cry aloud. And certain spirits, you have to perform particular rituals, man. That's why you see a lot of these celebrities, man. They have this I never forget the one. This man put in the video, man. Let me see if I can put this in there. I'm not gonna. This guy, these rappers, man. I remember when this first came out. You know, I said this is off, man. Look at this, and they put this was in a actual video, like a music video. This was what they call it, truth in plain sight, or you know what I'm saying. They put it right in front of your face, and you see this guy right here, man. The actual. Oh, damn, it's all small. All right, let me see if I get a bigger image. Let's see. Right, but you see it, right? You see the point, right? I don't really have to zoom in too much. You see what's going on. What the hell? Salakia. Let me see. All right, well, you see it. You see the pentagram, right? See the candles. So this is a ritual. And he has a book, and he has like a book of spells, man. So certain demons, they require a particular sacrifice, right? Just like on the right-hand side, you have to do a ritual. On the right-hand side, the high priest has to do a ritual, right? Just because you hear the word ritual doesn't mean it's wicked. The word ritual means a particular rites, particular actions that you have to do. Remember, the high priest has to put his turban on. He has to wash himself. He has to put on his garment. He has to go through a particular ritual, right? On the Day of Atonement, he does a ritual. Takes the blood. He sprinkles on the mercy seat with his finger 7 times, right? On the left-hand side, they do these things, bro. So the manner in 1 Kings 18 was that they would cut themselves. Let's see if I could drag this over. They would cut themselves, and they had to cry aloud, and then the blood had to gush out. And why blood? Because inside of your blood is life. You're giving your life over to Satan. Read Leviticus, the 17th chapter, tells you inside of your blood is life. So once that blood conjure up, the demons know that you for real. And your life is now given over. And then your life is your spirit and your soul. It's the concept of selling your soul. You have given your soul in exchange for power. And these demons, now they begin to reveal things unto you and work on people to have things go in your favor. You become wealthy, you become rich. Your name gets on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You marry these high-end celebrity women. You know, you're sitting courtside at the Knicks, at the Lakers, right? You know, you're in the Grammys. These spirits operate, and men consort with these demons. So again, part of understanding demonology is that men and women seek advice and get information from demons. And you have to be mindful of these things, man. Warlocks and wizards and people that deal with voodoo, people that deal with tarot cards and all of these strange rites. There's the witch that you read about in 1 Samuel 28, that she was a consultant with familiar spirits. And they can actually sick a demon out on you. You know, if you're not under the protection of the Most High, they can sick a demon on you. And let's get numbers. Let's prove that. Let's go to Numbers 22. And as we speak, there are men rather believe it or not, that are trying to put demons on you. But you don't know who these men are, right? These men, they operate in high places and in temples, right? In different shrines, and they do altars, and they're throwing up curses on the children of Israel. This is Numbers chapter 22 and 6. Now that comes like it, come now, therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people, for they are too mighty for me. Peradventure I shall prevail, that we may smite them, and that I may drive them out of the land. For I wot not that he whom thou blessest is blessed, and he whom thou curses is cursed. Now call all Yahweh Shemel Shah, the Most High didn't have these curses take effect, because the Lord did say, the curse causeless shall not come. But when you read Numbers chapter 22, Numbers 23, and Numbers 24, the Israelites in the wilderness, they have no idea that this is happening. This is all happening behind the scenes. They're down there doing God knows what. But the Most High, he's showing you what's happening. When we're gathering together, when we're becoming mighty, when we're calling upon the name of the Most High, when we're on our way to the promised land, these nations, and that's happening now. I'm making that point because that's happening now. We're on our way to the kingdom. And this place going down. While that's happening, there are nations and warlocks and wizards who are doing sacrifices of children, babies, cattle, livestock, and they're throwing up curses on the Israelites. Now, a curse is really it's a request, right? It's a request to a power or a deity to influence the elements or influence people to harm you or kill you or make your life worse than what it is. And again, if you're not under the protection of the Most High, and the Lord didn't put a righteous angel around you, you're going to get caught up in that thing. You're going to get caught up in that thing. Man. And believe it or not, there are a lot of Israelites that are in the world that are victims to this, man. Right? Not only are we under the curse of the Most High, but you have actual men and women behind the scenes that are constantly throwing up curses on you, giving you hell. But Jake don't know that in the world, man. Because they don't have a spiritual mind. So everything's bad luck, everything's wrong place, wrong time. They have all these Negro superstitions and Negro sayings. The Negro sayings have to die off, man. You have to know that this is spiritual warfare. Now, here's what the Most High also said in Numbers chapter 23 and 23. It reads, surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, right? Neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what hath God wrought? So if the Most High has mercy on you, nobody can hit you with no dark magic, spells, sorcery, incantations, right? Curses, petitions. How can somebody make a petition to a demon when you serve the Most High who created the demon? But if you serve a demon, you're going to get hit up by these demons. Right? It's just, that's all that's going to happen. But if you serve the Most High, what the Most High is going to do is he's going to put a strong angel around you. And that strong angel that's around you, he's going to protect you from those petitions and those demons that are coming after you. And right now, what is it? 7:58 on the East Coast, there are demons that are coming at you. But there's an angel around you, a high-ranking angel that's around you, literally waging war, defending you from all manner of demons coming to you. But when you leave and get out the spirit, the Most High takes that angel away from you, and them demons, they damn put all types of damn slashes and stabbings all in your spirit. Huh? Let's go to Psalms chapter 34. Right? So it's very important, man, to be in the good grace of the creator of heaven and earth and not to go astray, lest the Lord remove that hedge from you. And the Lord removed the hedge from Job, man. Right? And you see what Satan was allowed to do once the Most High took that hedge away from him. Psalms chapter 134 and verse number 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. Let me read that again. And there's a key word in this. Everybody, and I've said this before, everybody doesn't have a guardian angel. I don't care what your granny said. I don't care what your grandmother said, your grandfather said. I don't care. The Most High don't care. Everybody don't have a guardian angel. You think these men that died, they got shot 20 years old, they was in a club, or they was out in the block, you think they had an angel about them? You think these Bloods, these Crips, these drug dealers, gang lords, you think they had angels about them, man, when they got shot and shanked in prison, man? You know? When they got shot by the police, there wasn't no angel about them. If it was, you wouldn't have these t-shirts, man, that say from 2015 to 2025. You wouldn't have no free Rel, free Tony, free Rock, because the angel would have protected them. So the key word in this verse, I'm going to read it. Psalms 34:7. The angel of Yahweh encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. So if you fear the Most High, and your fear is shown through your works, through your obedience and your faith. If you fear the Most High, he's going to put an angel around you. That angel is going to encamp around you. Right? Let's pull up this word encamp. Doesn't mean you go to camp like you set up a teepee and a bonfire and you light marshmallows and you tell scary stories. The word encamp meaning to get ready for war. It's pretty much a warfare. Right? Here it is in the Hebrew: to decline, incline, encamp, bend down, lay siege against, encamp. Right? So it pretty much means to, here it is, specifically to pitch a tent, generally to encamp. So in the ancient world, they would literally pitch a tent and they would put all of their swords in there. They would put their shields in there, their bucklers in their tent. And when the enemy came, they would go in their tent and grab their weapons out. So the angels, what they're doing is they're constantly defending you from evil demons. It's only if you fear the Most High, right? And sometimes the Most High give that demon the green light to bypass that angel. And that angel has to be complicit. That's where you get attacked, buddy. You can say, well, if I got an angel about me, then how come this demon hopped on me? Because look, first of all, that angel about you, it's not going to conquer every spirit. If it was, you wouldn't have to put on the whole armor of God. You also have to fight. It's only here to help you, not to do the job for you. You got to fight too, man. The angel's here to give you assistance and aid. Doesn't make you the elect. You have to fight too. See, two are better than one. The two is the angel and you. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 4. Stop thinking your angel's just going to do everything for you, man. Right? You hanging around all these people smoking weed, and you dealing with damn drugs. I know my angel going to protect me, man. Right? No, brother, that spirit, them demons, that temptation, hey, that angel can't deal with that. You got to deal with the temptation. Right? An angel don't get tempted. So if you put yourself in a situation where you're being tempted by a demon, and there's only so much your angel can do for you. Right? This Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and 9. Two are better than one, for they have a good reward for their labor. Right? For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe unto him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him. And this is really going into spiritual warfare. Right? Rather you have a brother and his spirit helps your spirit, or you have an angel. If you fall, the angel's there. Woe unto him that is alone, right? You don't got no protection. And that represents the 2/3 of our people. Because when they fall, it's over. They become worse and worse, man. They become junkies and murderers and thieves. Verse number 11. And if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? Right? Because angels are heat. They're pure fire. Right? Remember the Most High said he maketh his angel spirits. His ministers a flaming fire. Right? So they provide heat. Heat is what Esau calls energy. right? So the spirit of the Most High is constant fire. And if it's two of y'all, you have more fire. And your fire is stronger than the fire of that other spirit, that demon. Verse number 12. And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and the threefold cord is not quickly broken. So if a demon try to prevail against you, your angel's going to be there to withstand him. And even if you got a brother, right? You got multiple brothers, multiple angels, multiple spirits, you're going to be protected. So just understand that, yes, you may have an angel about you, but these angels aren't here to win all battles and make you the elect. You have to fight as well and put on the whole armor of the Most High to understand that these demons are coming after you, man. They're constantly coming after you, right? Let's go to the book of Judges, right? Let's talk a little bit more about these demons, right? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Shema Mashiach, right? This is the book of Judges, chapter 6, and verse number, is that what I want? I want Joshua, right? Salaki, I want Joshua, chapter 6. Now, this is before the battle as they take down Jericho, right? This is Joshua chapter 6 and verse number 17. And the city shall be accursed, even it and all that are therein, to Yahweh. Only Rahab the harlot shall live, she and all that are with her in the house, because she hid the messengers that we sent. So the Lord said, protect Rahab, everybody in the house, right? Remember the deal that y'all made when she hid the two spies? Protect her. Everybody else, kill everything. Verse number 18 in Joshua chapter 6. And yea, in any wise, keep yourselves from the accursed thing, lest they make yourselves accursed. When ye take of the accursed thing and make the camp of Israel a curse and trouble it. So there are also objects and particular idols and particular amulets and objects again that are called the accursed thing. And if you touch that accursed thing, or you wear that accursed thing, or you bring that accursed thing into your house, then the Most High, what he'll do, which he does it all the time, what he'll do is he'll open up your house to many demons. And now strange calamities now befall you in your house. See, and people wonder why the majority of Christians who have them crosses in their house, people who have Buddha statues in their house, you always got something going on, man. There's always drama. Children are getting molested by uncles and stepfathers. Houses catch on fire. People are breaking in. There are shootouts in front of your house because you have all of these idols in your house, man. All these damn masks and Buddha statues and crosses and even you Roman Catholics, man, you Northern Kingdom. You have a lot of many idols, many Marys and rosary beads and many St. Josephs and candles and shrines. You don't understand that what you're doing is opening your household for demons. People that wear them crystals. There are spirits on those things. Right? There are spirits on those. Let me pull up a shrine. Roman Catholic shrine. I spelled it wrong. Let me see if I can. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll type. Let's see if I can do house shrine. See what come up. See, people got this in their house, man. Home altars, right? Now you're wondering why the damn what they call that team, the ICE, Northern Kingdom, man. You so-called Puerto Ricans, you Mexicans, right? You Guatemalans, you Zebulonites, man. You wonder why ICE found you. Why the deportation team found you. And you're somewhere wrapped up in a blanket somewhere, man. Because you're worshiping all these idols, man. So there are spirits, because what you're doing is you're doing a sacrifice. But you don't know it. So you're giving your power to the left-hand side. And it's not as if that statue of Mary has an actual demon on it, but it's an accursed thing. So when you give your power to it and you sacrifice and give your strength to it, you're opening the realm for demons to come to you from the third heaven because you're serving idols. You're in sin. So the punishment is, here's all these demons, and you're going to be accursed like this idol or this accursed thing. So the Most High, he has created accursed things on the earth, which are a stumbling block to the children of men. You know? And this money is an accursed thing. It's full of Masonic symbols and Molech owls and hidden messages, the cross, statues. Don't make yourself like the accursed thing. So if you want to avoid demons being all in your crib, all in your house, hey, again, too, I know a lot of people do yard sales, they do garage sales, stuff like that. Hey, be mindful, man, of what you're buying from people. Hey, people got spirits, man. And these spirit can also rest on the things that they belong. So you went to this yard sale, you bought this old, what's that? Old porcelain dolls. You bought this creepy porcelain doll from an old Edomite. Right? Oh, my daughter will like it. Look how beautiful she is. Look at her straight hair. Look at her pale skin. Look at that redness, them rosy cheeks. Surely my dark-skinned daughter with woolly hair would love such a fine white girl. Right? So you stopped at this yard sale and you bought this old porcelain doll from this old damn Edomite. Like a fool. And you put that stuff in your house, man. Now your spirit's all in your house. Be mindful of what you buying and what you bringing in your house. Stop thinking everything's just decor and it's just decoration and you're just kind of doing your thing. Like I said, them Buddha heads, that's an accursed thing. Let's pull it up. Buddha head. See, people get this like it's decoration. Oh, it's for nature. Oh, it's for feng shui, right? It puts a nice spirit in the house. Look at this. Right? The Buddha head represents the vast wealth of knowledge. So that's idolatry. He possesses being the awakened one. So now you got demons all in your house. So stop with these Buddha heads, these weird African masks, man. My folks growing up, they had all these African masks in the house, man. And all hell was breaking loose, man. So let's go back to the book of Joshua. You understand now, right? Joshua chapter 6 and 18. And yea, in any wise, keep yourselves from the accursed thing, lest ye make yourselves accursed. When ye take of the accursed thing and make the camp of Israel a curse and trouble it. So you can trouble your whole house, man. Right? Because you're sacrificing to these things and these things have spirits on them. Be mindful, man, of what you're bringing. Rather you get it from a loved one or it's a gift or, people put spirits on things, man. People that have dolls and they give you one doll, then they got the other one and they stabbing it with a needle and they wrote the name and they stitched something in it, So there are spirits. These are different ways that these spirits operate. Right? Let's go to the book of Tobit. Right? We winding down. Right? So we're just trying to touch on all these ways about how demons operate, where they come from, how they influence you, where they live, how to avoid them, how to rebuke them. And you can't rebuke every demon the same way. Right? This is Tobit. Right? Let's read this. So this is a beautiful book. If you haven't read Tobit, read the book of Tobit. It's a beautiful account. Right? This is Tobit chapter 3 and 8. Because that she had been married to 7 husbands. Tobit 3 and 8, right? She had been married to 7 husbands, whom Asmodeus, the evil spirit, had killed. because it's like before they had lined with her. Doest thou not know, said they, that thou hast strangled thine husbands? Thou hast had already 7 husbands, neither wast thou named after any of them. So there's an evil demon by the name of Asmodeus, right? Let's pull that up. So there are certain demons with actual names. Now, all demons, believe it or not, they have a name, but there are certain demons that the Most High, he don't want you to know their name. He does not. Now, does that mean this demon looks exactly like this? No. This is just an artist's depiction or rendition of what they believe that demon looked like. But I want to get that too, that just because you may not know that demon's name, it doesn't mean they don't have a name. All spirits have names, right? Every star has a name. The sun and the moon have a name. Every angel has a name, right? The names that the Most High wants you to know, he reveals to you. The names he doesn't want you to know, you won't know. Because the Most High did say the secret things belong unto the Lord our God. But those things which are revealed belong unto and revealed unto us are to have us be obedient to the Most High. There are secret things that only belong to the Most High that you'll never know. Judges chapter 13 and 17. And Manoah said unto the angel of the Lord, what is thy name? That when thy sayings come to pass, we may do thee honor. So Manoah was off. He said, when your prophecy come to pass, I'm going to praise you, you angel. Right? Now, what did the angel say? And the angel of the Lord said unto him, why askest thou thus after my name, seeing it is secret? You see that? So it's a secret. The secret things belong unto the Lord our God. So whatever this angel's name was, if we were to know it, the Most High would have told us. Why? Now you can say, well, how come the Most High didn't tell us? Well, you know why the Most High didn't tell you? Because he didn't want to tell you. Why dost thou strive against him? For he giveth not account of any of his matters. You don't have to know a damn thing, man, unless the Most High want to tell you. So this angel, and many other angels, their names are secret. You'll never know their names unless the Most High reveal that to you. Here, yeah, we call it a lust demon. We may call it a murder demon. We may call it a pride demon, but those demons have actual names. It is not Joe, Bob, and Charles. They have ancient Hebrew names given to them by Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, right? Let's get another quick account on that. Let's go to Genesis 32. Let's get straight to the point, right? So this is Jacob wrestling with the angel. Genesis chapter 32 and 29. And Jacob asked and said, tell me, I pray thee, thy name. And he said, wherefore is it that thou dost ask after my name? And he blessed them there. Right, man, don't worry about my name. Worry about the Most High. Right? You worried about me. I'm just the messenger. And people say that, look, don't shoot the messenger. Right? Look, I'm just relaying the message. You worried about the wrong thing. Stop worrying about my name. Worry about Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. That's who I trembled before. You think I'm gonna tell you my name and you want to give me praise? You want to give me credit, man? Because if man knew the name of these angels, they'll call upon these angels. You know? Hey, Ezra said, where is the angel that you sent me at the first? Send him back. He asked the Most High that, man. You know, where is Uriel or where is the angel at? So the Most High don't have to tell you a damn thing. So these demons that operate, the Most High, he asked these angels up there, man. Now, he told you about Asmodeus, the evil spirit, right? Let's go to Tobit chapter 6. Let's read a little bit more about Asmodeus. That's the Most High. He told you about this spirit. Tobit chapter 6. And I believe I want, let's see. This whole thing is good. Right? Let's read 14. Then I'm going to jump down. Tobit chapter 6 and 14. And now, I am the only son of my father. This is what Tobiah said. And I am afraid. lest if I go in unto her, I die as to other before. For a wicked spirit loveth her, which hurteth no body, but those which come unto her. Wherefore I also fear, lest I die and bring my father's and my mother's life because of me to the grave with sorrow, for they have no other son to bury them. See that? So Tobiah said that there's a wicked spirit that loveth her, and there are certain demons that love you. And believe it or not, brothers may not want to hear this, sisters may not want to hear this, but there are certain demons that you're going to battle until the kingdom come, and they might not ever leave you, bro. Right? That's just the reality of it. There are certain demons that you're going to constantly battle and battle and battle and battle over and over and over again, because the Most High sent that adversary to you. Some brothers, you're always going to battle lust until the kingdom come. You may always have a health infirmity, right? Your ankle, your back may always hurt, man. That's the truth. Hey, spirits may always hop on your woman, man. You might have to always, some people always deal with spirits. That's just the way it is. Everybody in the flesh is given their own particular walk in this truth. And that spirit that you constantly battle, that spirit loves you, man. That demon, he loves you because he was sent to give you hell. Right? You got to know these things. Now, this evil spirit loved Sarah. Why did it love Sarah? Because Sarah was righteous? Because she was fervent in the spirit? No. Is it because this wicked spirit loveth her because the Most High gave Asmodeus the authority and green light to commit murder, if you will. And his demon was feeding off of death. They loved death and evil. So it loved the fact that it was given authority to kill all these men. That's why it loves Sarah. The same way a tick loves you, or a tapeworm. You think a tapeworm loves you because you in this truth? You think a leech loves you because you know a few precepts? It's another parasite. Damn, you got leeches, you got tapeworms, you got ticks. All these parasites. They don't love you. They love what they can get out of you. And this wicked spirit can get depression out of her. This wicked spirit can get sadness out of her. And they can get death from her. Now, this spirit, Asmodeus, is a strong spirit. It's not a low-level demon. This is a high-level demon. And again, there are certain high-level demons that love you. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 12. Right? I referenced the Apostle Paul, but you may say, well, where is that at? Well, let's read it. Right? This is 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse number 7. And lest I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure. So to humble the Apostle Paul, because man was going to put Paul on a level of Yahweh Shai. So the Most High said, you know what? I got to put a demon on him to buffet him, to beat him. So nobody exalts him. So they can understand that he's just man. And the Lord did that to Solomon. The Lord did that to David. He does that all the time. He does that to you. You're just man. No matter what you know, who you know, how long you've been in this truth, and here's a demon, I'm calling the shots. That's what the Most High is telling you. I'm running the show. You can't get past one of my soldiers. Remember, I'm calling the shots. I'm the Most High. Lest you should be exalted above measure. The Most High is the one that should be exalted above measure. So before man gets simple, the Most High will put a demon because he's jealous, man. That's not Paul's fault. Hey, but the Most High do what he want to do. He said, here's this demon on you. Hey, so the Most High get down. Fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Right? So the Lord put the messenger of Satan. So he put a demon on him to buffet him. Now, it doesn't tell you what the demon was. Some scholars, they say, he had eye trouble. Some say it was, lust. You read Romans 7. Nobody really knows. It doesn't matter what the demon is. All that matters is what's written. How to deal with that, right? Verse number 8. For this thing I besought the Lord thrice that it might depart from me. So Paul, he recognized the demon on him, which a lot of brothers don't do. You have to recognize that demon on you. It's called discernment. You are possessed by a demon when you have road rage. Demonic possession is biblical. It is not a Hollywood concept. It is not something that you've seen on Insidious or what's that? Tale? What's that? The Fourth Kind. You know what I'm talking about? The movie, right? When the cabinets was opening and closing, and the pots and pans was rambling, or Annabelle and all these movies. My demon possession is real, and it happens every time. But you have to recognize when a demon's on you. See, in the book of Luke, the 8th chapter, right? You read the book of Mark, chiefly the 4th chapter. You read about these demons, the demon legion, which I'm gonna touch on too, most I willing, if I got time. See, them pigs recognized that they had them swine, the herd of swine. They recognized they had a demon on them, and they knew they couldn't. They had that source to shake that demon. They couldn't go to the Most High. They knew who they were and they knew their place. So they said that in order to get rid of this demon, I gotta kill myself. So they jumped off the damn cliff into the sea, man, and died. See, and that's the problem. Because man lived like beast. Man with these demons, they feel like they can't escape these demons, so they commit suicide. Oh, you're no better than a dog. You're no better than a damn dog that runs into a car because he has rabies and his mind all bad, or better than a swine that jumped into the damn sea. Don't be like a beast when you have these demons on you. Be like man, a wise man, and beseech the Lord. Stop getting all out the spirit and not knowing you out the spirit. Let's read it again. 2 Corinthians 12:8. For this thing I besought the Lord thrice, that it might depart from me. So pray to Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, that demon leaves you. Because what prayer does is you're making a petition to the Creator that put that demon on you. And the Most High could take that demon off you. Verse number 9. And he said, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Mashiach may rest upon me. Right? So the Most High told him that demon ain't going to leave you. My grace is sufficient for thee. So you been in this truth, that's enough. You got to deal with it. Right? You fighting this demon is going to make you stronger. Right? So let's go back to this. Tobit. So this wicked spirit loveth her the same way that demon loved Paul. Let's go to Tobit chapter 6. Tobit chapter 6 and verse number 16. Tobit 6 and 16. And when thou, here's what Raphael told the Tobias. And when thou shalt come into the marriage chamber, thou shalt take the ashes of perfume and shalt lay upon them some of the heart and the liver of the fish, and shall make a smoke with it. So he told him to make this concoction. And you can't make this. I always say this. Don't try to make this. Well, how come? Well, brother, you don't know. First of all, you don't know what fish this was, right? You don't know where the heart was. You don't know these things. You know what the ashes of the perfume. You have no idea. Don't try to take this advice from Raphael. You're going to put a demon on you. This is for that demon, right? Asmodeus. Verse number 17. And the devil shall smell it and flee away and never come again anymore. But when thou shalt come to her, rise up both of you and pray to the Most High, which is merciful, who have pity on you and save you. Fear not, for she is appointed unto thee from the beginning, and thou shalt preserve her, and she shall go with thee. Moreover, I suppose that she shall bear thee children. Now when Tobias had heard these things, he loved her, and his heart was effectually joined to her. So this demon was only, you couldn't pray this demon away, right? You couldn't go on a fast. The Most High has revealed how to get rid of Asmodeus. And the angels, they have power of the elements. They know what particular body parts do, and what animals are good for what and what spirit is on certain animals, right? And certain beasts, and how to bring these things together to purge out particular spirits. Let's go to Tobit chapter 8, right? So we're reading about Asmodeus. He's a demon, but he's a chief demon. He's the chief demon. One of the chief demons, I'll put it like that. One of the chief demons. Tobit chapter 8 and verse number 2. And as he went, he remembered the words of Raphael and took the ashes of the perfumes, and you don't have that, and put the heart and the liver of the fish thereupon, and made it smoke therewith. So there was like when you light incense, right? Or you take the coals and you put the frankincense rocks on there, you got the censer, and the smoke comes out, right? The which smell, when the evil spirit had smelled, he fled into the outmost parts of Egypt, and the angel bound him. You see that? So what, this demon fled. And it fled into the outmost parts of Egypt. How come the angel didn't go to Jerusalem? Or this demon? How come Asmodeus didn't flee into where the mercy seat was? To the brazen altar. Right? How come he didn't flee to Bethlehem? Why? The outmost parts of Egypt. Well, what was Egypt known for? Wickedness, sorcery, homosexuality, freakism, adultery. Read Leviticus, the 18th chapter. The Lord said, after the doings of the land of Egypt and after the doings of the land of Canaan, shall ye not do? And he proceeds to break down all of the wickedness that they were doing that we were commanded not to do. So that demon said, you know what? I can make my abode amongst the rest of these demons. This is what you call a principality. The outmost parts of Egypt, there was a principality over there. All right, let's put up the definition of a principality. All right, that's demonology. We'll touch on that. Here it is, principality. A state ruled by a prince, right? A state ruled by a prince. So you have regions that are operated by angels, right? You have regions that are operated by angels. Let's pull up map of America, right? You brothers that's traveled, or you're in your particular city, you know what spirit that your city is known for. Atlanta, right? Let's look on the map. Atlanta, Georgia, what principality rests upon Atlanta? Right? Well, sodomy, homosexuality. There's a spirit that entices man to be a homosexual and woman out there in DC. So the inhabitants of that city, what they do, if they're not in the spirit of the Most High, they are influenced by the demon that runs that city. And it's the same thing in the earth. If you have a leader and he rules that city, you're going to be influenced by his spirit. That's Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and 1. As the judge is, so are his officers, and what manner a man and ruler of the city is, such are they that dwell therein. Right? So, you're naturally going to take on the spirit of the leadership. Same thing with these demons. All right, let's go up. Let's go to Chicago, right? Illinois. What are they known for? Murder. St. Louis, Missouri. They're known for murder. There's a murder demon in this region right here. There's a spirit, a principality of murder and homicide and death in this region right here. Right? So there are principalities and spirits in different regions. All right, let's go over a little bit. Let's go to DC. We're not even going to talk about Baltimore, right? We're going to go to DC. What is DC known for? Witchcraft, Masonic symbols, sorcery, right? Occultism, pedophilia, deceit, deception, lies. So there's a heavy, just outright evil, strong demon that's in DC. So one that's in America, one of the strongest demons, they rest in DC, they rest in LA, they rest in New York, right? They rest in these major cities where all these people have these demons on, you know? So why did the demon go to Egypt? Because out there in Egypt, you had a heavy demon of idolatry, right? Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 13, right? Let's get a quick precept. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 13 and verse number 15, right? It reads, every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor. All flesh consorteth according to his kind, and a man will cleave to his like. Why does all flesh consort according to his kind? Because of the spirits that's in them. That's why righteous men consort with righteous men, not because of how they look, but because of their spirit. So righteous men hang around righteous men. Why do you think homosexuals all go to DC and Atlanta? Why does everybody want to move to Atlanta? To serve the Most High? No. Why does everybody go to Morehouse? Why does everybody go to LA? Because they're attracted, the demon in them is attracted to the demon that runs that city. So whoever even your folks tell you that birds of a feather flock together. You'll also hear you are the company that you keep, because you will take on that spirit. So this demon, again, for the seventh time, went into Egypt because of the spirits that were already in Egypt. Now, there's another part about this verse I want to get. See where I'm at with time. Okay. All right. Tobit chapter 8 and 3. It reads, the which, when the evil spirit had smelled, he fled into the outmost parts of Egypt, and the angel bound him. So an angel on the right-hand side can be given the authority and the green light to bound up a lesser ranking angel, right? A lower ranking angel can be bound up. Now you can say, well, how did he bound them up? Did he use a rope? It doesn't say, right? It doesn't say. But he bound up Asmodeus. Now, what did he do with him? Right? Well, he didn't take him to a place called hell. There's no place called hell. He didn't take him back to Tobias. He bound him and took him back up to the third heaven. Now, the Most High, he gave the authority for this to happen. The Most High is completely aware. He's the one that made the evil spirit leave, and he's the one that told the angel to bound him up. So this angel is bound up and sent back to the third heaven. And this is written for our learning today. It's not as if Asmodeus was disobedient. He went off and, that Lord said, well, what are you doing? Go get him and bring him. No, this is just written for our learning, So the angel bound him and brought him back up to the third heaven, right? The angel bound him and brought him back up to the third heaven. Let's go to Revelation 9 and 14, right? Revelation 9, and you can bound up an angel, right? If you rebuke an angel and you pray to Yahweh Shemel Shah, the Lord can send an angel to bound that demon up and get that demon out your house, or get that demon off of you, But you got to call upon the name of the Most High. You got to believe. You got to rebuke that spirit. You got to be vocal about it. Stop saying, anger demon, leave me. Oh, I'm stressed. Please leave me, stress demon. You got to rebuke these spirits with all authority, man. And call upon Yahweh Shemel Shah and believe it, man. So that angel that's around you, the Most High strengthen that spirit. He can bound up that demon and send that demon back in the third heaven, right? But if you're a coward and you're bashful, that demon's just going to have his way with you, and you're just going to fall every time. Now, this is Revelation chapter 9 and 14, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. So there are other angels that are bound. Why did the Most High bound these angels? I'm sure you know the answer. Because he wanted to, right? Doesn't say they sinned. Doesn't say these angels went off. And the Most High, he just bound them because he wanted to bound them, right? Now, he bounded them on a carnal level, just so you can understand, because if they weren't bound, the prophecies would be expedited. So these angels were given so much power by the Most High that he had to bound them in the river Euphrates. Because when they're loosed, they cause World War III. They work on the minds of men to shoot nuclear warheads to kill the third part of men. So if these angels were loosed before the time, then World War III would happen before the time. Verse number 15. And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the third part of men. So the Lord tell you why they were bound. Not because they sinned. They were bound for a set time to kill the third part of men. A complete amount of men, right? A complete amount of the wicked men. And who loosed them? The Most High loosed them. And the Lord loose. It doesn't say the Lord loosed him again. Is Asmodeus loose? Is he still bound? It doesn't say. But angels can be bound and they can be loosed. They can be loosed from the third heaven and sent directly to you. You can rebuke them. You could be in the spirit. You could be going over these precepts, meditating, fasting, and that Lord could honor your righteousness and send an angel and bound up that demon. You can't see it with binoculars. You can't see it with a magnifying glass. You can't see these angels with damn an x-ray. But just understand and believe that this is how spirits and demons are operating every single second of your life. Every day these things are happening, right? Let's go to the book of Luke 13 and 16, right? Let's go to Luke chapter 13 and verse number 16. Here's what Yahushua said. And ought not this woman, being a daughter of Abraham, whom Satan hath bound, lo, these 18 years be loosed from this bond on the Sabbath day. So not only can an angel bound up a demon, and not only can an angel be bound up in particular geographical regions because of principalities, but your spirit, believe it or not, can be bound and held captive by a demon. And that demon can manipulate your health. And now you have an infirmity, right? A health infirmity. Maybe you can't walk. See, people who are in wheelchairs, people who have infirmities in their legs or their arms or their mouth or their eyes, yeah, you see it in the flesh. And you're asking what happened, what a doctor says so and so, and they'll give you the medical records and prognosis, and that's the earthly carnal way. The spiritual mind understands that there are actual spirits on them that are affecting their health, bounding them up. Remember, Satan was able to give Job boils because the Lord removed the hedge from him. Now that Satan, that demon, could bound you up 18 years. You could have an infirmity for 3 weeks, 3 years, 5 years. But if the Most High has mercy on you, he can loose that bond. That's why people wake out of comas, because the Lord take that demon away from them. That's why people get out that wheelchair and they slowly start to walk again, because they were loose from that bond. This is how you were able to stop smoking weed. This is how and it was no strength of your own. It was the mercy of the creator of heaven and earth who loosed that bond from you. This is how you were able to stop committing adultery. That's why you have fringes on. That's why you women have dresses on and hair wraps. You don't wear pants. You don't freak off and do God knows what anymore in the land of the living, because you were loose from those bonds. And there are, the farther you are away from the Most High, let me slack you. I'm getting excited, right? The farther you are away from the Most High, the more you are bound up by demons. The closer you are to Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua, the less demons you have on you, right? And the more righteous spirits you have on you, right? Let's go to the book of Luke. I got a few more. I'm trying to get these precepts I put together, Lord willing. Let's go to Luke 4, right? And 33. Luke chapter 4 and 33. And in the synagogue there was a man which had a spirit of an unclean devil, and cried out with a loud voice, saying, Let us alone. What have we to do with thee, thou Yahushua of Nazareth? Art thou come to destroy us? I know thee, who thou art, the Holy One of the Most High. So the point is, you have lower level spirits, you have unclean devils, you know, and demons can come through a plethora of different ways. And low level demons are like unclean devils. Now, you can be ceremonially unclean, and by default, the Most High can put a demon on you. You didn't purify yourself. Maybe you was with your woman, or maybe whatever, right? And you didn't purify yourself, or she had a child, and y'all didn't go through the ceremonial rites, and now the Most High got demons on you, and now she put you on child support. Them demons that affect marriages and households. You got unclean spirits. People don't keep the law. The Most High judge them, whether they know it or not. You can have lower level unclean spirits on you of anger, lower unclean spirits of you of, you're stressed. These are lower level unclean devils. And the job of the devil is to deceive you. And now instead of you being on the right hand side of the Most High, this demon taps into your emotions that are part of your flesh and makes you go to hell off, right? And then you have higher level demons like adultery. That's a higher level demon. Being a homosexual, it's hard to come out of that. That's a high level demon, Dykeism, dykology, sodomites. It's hard to come out of. Those are high level demons, right? Child sacrifice, that's a higher level demon. Sacrificing children, that's a high level demon. Drinking baby blood, those are high level demons. And dealing with the cultism and pentagrams, these are high level demons. Being a high level priest on the left hand side that deal with warlocks, and they report to the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, and they do these things. Those wise men, those are the highest men that deal with demons. So you have rank and order of different demons that are strong, and demons that are more evil than the next. And you also have multiple demons that can be in man at any given time. That's why verse number 34 says, saying, Let us alone. Even though it said unclean devil, it's really multiple devils. Because somebody can have many demons on them. That's why it's important to fast. It's important to stay in prayer. It's important to be obedient to the Most High through faith. What have we to do with thee, thou Yahushua of Nazareth? Art thou come to destroy us? I know thee, who thou art, the Holy One of God. So these demons know Yahushua. They know you. They know that you can destroy them. Does that mean they just vanish away? No, they get sent. They can get bound up and sent back to the third heaven, right? That's all that means. So, but the Most High can actually destroy. He can do what he want to do. Yahushua could do what he want to do, right? So that demon could actually depart from you. And these demons, again, they know you, right? Let's go to Luke 10. All right, let's see where we at. Right? This is Luke chapter 10 and verse number 19. Behold, I give you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Notwithstanding, and this rejoice not, that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven. So spirits can be subject to you. Remember, we read the account all the time. Jacob wrestled the angel and defeated the angel. You can defeat these spirits. They can be subject unto you. You're actually strong. We're Yasha'Allah. We have power with God and with men, and we have prevailed. So you can defeat really any demon that comes against you. But it's all predicated on what power the Most High gives you. And the Most High is going to give you power if you're obedient to him. And you're fervent, and you're on fire, and you're zealous, and you're diligent. And he's going to give you the power to recognize when these demons come. And you're going to be very spiritually minded. You're going to be like Was that like that thing, that movie Limitless, when that guy would take that pill and he could recognize all things and his skills was enhanced. That's how you are when you're fasting, when you're praying. You're in the spirit and you can see that demon come. Oh, that person got a demon on him. Oh, that person got 3 demons on him, right? Or that spirit is trying to hop on me. But when you're in the flesh and all you do is watch TV, listen to music, smoke weed, freak off, you'll never be able to recognize those demons because they have blinded you, right? Because those demons have blinded you. Let's go to Daniel chapter 10, right? Right? For sake of time, this is Daniel chapter 10 and 13. I'm going to start at 12. Then said he unto me, fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that thou didst set thine heart to understand and to chasten thyself before thy God, thy words were heard, and I am come for thy words. So Daniel went on this fast, it was 21 days. It wasn't supposed to be 21 days on a carnal level, but it was 21 days. Why did his fast go 21 days? Because there was an actual demon that was blocking this angel from coming to Daniel. He's going to tell you that in the next verse. He said, from the first day I was supposed to come, been supposed to be here. But what happened? I got held up. There was some traffic going on, some spiritual traffic. Verse 13. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days. But lo, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, and I remained there with the kings of Persia. So this angel wanted to come to Daniel, but the Most High sent the demon to block this spirit from coming to Daniel. Then the Most High sent Michael to overcome that spirit, because Michael's an archangel. He's the chief angel on the right-hand side under Yahweh Shah. You have archangels on the right-hand side, and you have high-level demons on the left-hand side. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel. On the left-hand side, Satan. Got other high-ranking angels, Asmodeus, and other angels. So you could be praying to the Most High, and it could be a demon trying to block your prayer. You have to pray more earnestly. Then the Most High might send a higher-ranking angel to defeat that demon, right? So this is what's happening. This is spiritual warfare. This is spiritual warfare. The Lord said, don't be, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So he was given devices. These demons are given devices. They are given intelligence, and they are given understanding, and they know how to vex you. They know who to hop on to vex you. They know they could use your woman. If you married, they might use your husband, and they might use somebody at your job that's always giving you hell. They might use your children. They might use your own past, childhood trauma, whatever. These demons know you, and you have to know yourself and know where these vulnerable weak points are and strengthen these things through prayer and through fasting, right? So with that, we're going to close up, giving, of course, our honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashima Mashiach Wamalak Abishai, new moon lesson, demonology, and high-level demons. Most High, when you are edified, you keep this 3rd month, you transition into light, you build yourself up to perfection, and you come out of the world through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashima Mashiach Wamalak Abishai. Kwam Yashala. Most High, when you are edified, Shalom.